Hello everyone, still not feeling great as you can probably tell by the voice and general look, but because it's the season 2 finale I thought I'd do some sort of intro, and it's going to be quite the finale because we have a chance of being Premier League bound, or we are Premier League bound if we can sum 9 points from the last 6 games of the season. A sum? Is that a word? Either way, 6 games, 3 wins required, shouldn't be too difficult. Shit. We still want to have a chance of finishing first. Well, I doubt it, because Sheffield United keep pumping me. So we don't deserve to finish first. But we could. That's right, everyone. It's the Season 2 finale. 40 games played, 90 points amassed, 107 goals scored, 46 conceded. So only one every... Well, actually, over one a game. Either way, though, on average, we score at least 2 a game and concede 1 a game. So we should theoretically win every game 2-1. We are only 1 point off for Sheffield United and 8 points ahead of third place Luton Town. We've put ourselves in a great position, and we kick off the day's episode by playing Preston, a team that has given us no end of issues, as I'm sure you're all very, very aware as the few seasons have gone on. I don't think I've actually beaten them yet. I might have done in the first game of season 1, I can't quite remember, but we almost took the lead there with a lovely tackle from... Sorry, tackle, it's because I was watching that there. A lovely shot from Metis Tel, but a good save of the goalkeeper. I can't believe that tackle by Archie Gray wasn't given as a foul, actually, on the Preston. Then he got fouled himself in the build-up to it, but the referee played a good advantage here, gives it back to Gray, who tees it to Metis Tel, and obviously with the way he's playing, as we all know, that's just the way things roll when you play with Metis Tel. He made it 1-0. Lovely, lovely finish from him. And yeah, we made a really, really good start to the game, and we're very much on top against Preston. Maybe it's because it was at home rather than at their gaff. Tel does really, really well here on the counter-attack to tee up Siine. He finds Alcaraz, back to Siine. Lovely touch out his feet, and he managed to make it 2 before the break. Lovely, lovely goal. And I have to say, we play Preston a little bit off the park here. Maybe a little bit of catharsis for what's happened the last couple of times that we've met them. Siine here teeing it back to Mendoza, who then managed to get his third just before the hour mark. Very, very impressive. As usual, though, like I said, we don't usually tend to keep clean sheets. And we didn't, yet again, as Preston did manage to net themselves a consolation. But we managed to see the game out, 2 minutes of added time, even though we played 4, and a lovely 3-1 home win got us off and underway. Next up was Huddersfield away from home, a team that notoriously do struggle a little bit in this division. Weird to think that they were a Premier League side at some point, isn't it? But Zimmerman, who's been in great form towards the end of the season, I don't want to show you what happened there. It's very graphic what happened to his nuts as he went through the microphone there. He was also involved in our second goal. Lovely bit of interplay between him, Tel, and Siine. Siine getting the end touch with a lovely finish. We absolutely played Huddersfield off the park in this one, and it wasn't long before Siine, I was going to say, got a second, but you can see there, hit the post. But in the same move, we teed up Archie Gray, who's been in very good form towards the end of the season. He buries a long-range finish into the bottom corner of the net to make it 3-0 before half-time. Absolutely flying. But, as you can tell here, in the 73rd minute, there was yet more to come. Huddersfield played quite well, actually, in the second half. Managed to contain a lot of our attacks and played much better. And they did get a little bit of a fruit for their effort. This is a lovely goal, by the way. Just the way that they've managed to pass around the keeper. I'm not really sure what Etienne Green was doing there. I must have brought him out a bit like a fool. But in the end, it paid dividends. We still managed to get the win. And that means that we only had 1 more to go before we could count ourselves as a Premier League team. You can tell Sheffield United still winning their games. We're still 1 point behind at this stage. I'm not too bothered about winning the league. It would obviously be nice to, but the fact that we had to then go and get 1 more win to cement ourselves as a Premier League team, the pressure was on, and it was Luton Town that came visiting Ewood Park. A team that we managed to draw with earlier on at Kenilworth Road in the year. Obviously got relegated from the Premier League last season, so they've got plenty of pedigree and are a difficult team to beat. One of the better ones in the league. They're obviously third as well, chasing us down. So this was always going to be a difficult game, but only 10 minutes in, Zimmerman takes a lovely, lovely touch there. Great play as always. between the front three. That lovely right-hand channel is always the place to be. I love this. It takes a really decent touch. So it's just that little one there just to set himself. He's absolutely drilled that into the far corner. A fantastic finish from our young German wonder kid, and I think it's safe to call him that at this point. He could be something truly, truly special. We did really play Luton off the park, to be honest here. We were in really, really good form, and we actually won a penalty. It's unlucky for Tom Lockyer. I don't actually think this was a pen, if I'm honest. You can see here, he just goes to kind of block the ball. And really, I think Laird kind of runs into him. I wouldn't classify that as a penalty, but I was not going to turn away the opportunity to actually get one, because we rarely ever have penalties. This might actually be the first of the series, I think. And Metistel was not going to make any mistake from there. You can tell he absolutely slams that into the top left-hand corner. A brilliant, brilliant finish from him. Ethan Laird gets done here by Giles, though, on the left-hand side. He's looked to bounce back in the second half. This is a decent ball into the front post, and I don't want to talk. I mean, we talked about Etienne Green. That's up there with some of the worst goalkeeping probably of the series, I think. Yeah, it's not great defending, don't get me wrong, but to be beaten from there is just so poor. But if they can get a header, so can we. Metistel yet again scoring another goal. Like I said, he's nearing the 40 mark for the season now. He's been absolutely brilliant this season, and it's our third consecutive 3-1 victory. We've hit form at just the right time. And the celebrations that you were part with there for all to see. Blackburn Rovers are going to be back in the Premier League for the first time in over 20 years. Back where we belong, some would say. And I'm really, really looking forward to this year. This season's been really, really good. We started it not brilliant, but we've never been top of the table the whole way through. We've come all the way from behind, really, and we've been in second for so long. So I think it's safe to say it's deserved. We're the top goal scorers in the league. We've improved the defence, and that should be enough to see us have a little decent performance in the Premier League next season. At least good foundations to build off of. Although not if we defend like that. Southampton, who were the next game that we played at Heatwave Park, took a 1-0 lead with Sulemana in the first half. We were really poor, actually, and obviously we're still chasing down first place at this point. So being champions is still on the cards if we can just make Sheffield United make a mistake. But we have to win all our games, and that is 100% sure, really. It doesn't feel like we can really slack off at all against them. And to be fair, knowing that, we really, really need to step on the gas here. In the second half, he was so much better than in the first. Obviously, Tell getting that goal there, which was really good effort, and he managed to get a second there as well. So we just shimmy the ball really, really quickly across the pitch. I think it's the speed of which we move the ball from left to right or right to left that is what really does the defenders, especially with our kind of 4-2-2-2 formation. There's always options, there's always people available. The two cams are excellent in those roles in behind Alcaraz and Zimmerman. Alcaraz in particular loves a big goal. He might not get as many as the other three, but he tends to score the big ones. And I have to say, I think he's arguably been one of the signings of the entire series. I've got so much time for him, and he's heavily involved in this here, as you can tell. Lovely little turn to the feed in Samuel Lukonga there as he finds Abdullah Seema, and he managed to go through to smash it into the back of net to make it, that's right, 3-1. But I don't believe we were done there, as they run the ball out of play. They're not the best bit of football, but you can tell here then it was only 88 minutes to go. Southampton had thrown caution to the wind. Drago, lovely outside of the football into Zimmerman, and he was never going to miss that, making it 4-1. Very, very comfortable. And I believe that put him over 20 goals in a debut season. Very, very impressive. The Blackburn fans are seemingly going mental at every single opportunity within this episode today. Bit of over celebration there, but it is what it is. Next up was a trip to Wales to take on Cardiff away from home, a team again that we have sort of conceded quite a few goals against, and that was to be continued as they took a 1-0 lead after 28 minutes. We were a little bit poor, I think, really, in the last couple of games, just not really at it. I think obviously maybe a bit of a promotion party, and they led very comfortably 1-0 into half time. And I was just saying to the boys, guys, if we want to win this championship, we're going to need to play a lot better than that, and we did in the second half there. Zimmerman teased in Seema, a lovely move from the free kick, only 3 passes and bang, we're in. Great finish from Seema, and before you knew it as well there, Tell testing the goalkeeper, and we were right up for it in the second half. This is a really lovely move as well here. Alcaraz just driving through the middle into Seema. He lays it off to Pickering, who I think has had a pretty decent season. You can tell that Alcaraz, lovely feat to make it 2-1. I say he likes a big goal, and that was a crucial one for us. Difficult ground, away from home, chasing a title, and he manages to get the job done there. Cassius came on at right back. He's been a good fall in this year as well, but a really good save with the keeper that prevents him from getting an assist and Siine from getting yet another goal. Cardiff played really well in this game, made it incredibly difficult for us, and that's a really good save by the goalkeeper. So we were pushing for a third at the end, but a 2-1 win would be enough to make it 5 in a row. Very impressive, and that actually took us into first place for the first time in the season. In the penultimate game, only one game to go, and we finally overhauled Sheffield United. So all we needed to do was to beat Stoke at home, and we would be crowned champions of the Championship. Hard to say that we would have deserved it if we could do it, because like I said, we've not been first at any point during the season. Sheffield United have led basically from game week 1, and it looks like we've pipped them at the end. But there was a bit of a twist in the tail, unfortunately. Stoke played really well in this game. Damian Johnson there, teeing in Wesley, who's been an absolute nightmare for me. He's got a very good record against me. I think that's his 4th goal against me. Really good, decent striker, and I don't defend very well there. Between Bella Kutchup and Carter, it's a complete mismatch and a nightmare. And Berger finishes it off nicely to make it 2-0 to Stoke after 30 minutes, and we were utterly shell-shocked. Stadium was a bit quiet, didn't really know what was going on, felt we were kind of throwing it away. Obviously, getting promoted is great, but it's always nice to win the league, isn't it, at the same time? Siine plays really well here. Just tease it back to Lukonga, who finds Chalobah. The football's so patient. You can tell we're just working the angles here. Lots of changing. Get a little bit lucky maybe with that little block there. Chalobah back to Tell, back to Chalobah, to Sabi Lukonga. And in 5, Siine gets like a little bit of room. And it's a great finish. Lovely, well-worked goal, you have to say. There must have been a good, 15, 18 passes in that move. And that was just enough before half-time to get us going into the break and thinking, right, we're back in the game. And we come out in the second half like we wouldn't believe. Tell there, great finish. And it wasn't going to be long before we added a third to get us back from 2-0 down to 3-2 up. Alcaraz, again, loves a big goal. 3-2, a brilliant comeback. That goal before half-time made all the difference. He gave the boys such belief. But, in the 72nd minute, Stoke weren't quite done. Wesley drills one in at the near post. Etienne Green, again, questionable at that near post. And we were then going to be made to sweat a little bit more as Stoke really piled on the pressure. They had a brilliant game, to be fair. You had to hand it to them. They really came out and went for us in this game. But Alcaraz was not to be denied there. Great play after giving the ball away. He wins it back brilliantly. Siine finds Alcaraz again. Lovely little turn there into Lukonga, who tees it to Tell, who's just onside. And of course, if there was ever going to be a guy who deserved to win a title-winning goal to score one, it was always going to be Mattis Tell. And he did. And it was just unbelievable. It was such a tense game. A brilliant game to finish the season. A classic 4-3 win in a 7-goal thriller made Blackburn champions of the Championship. So we're going up, not just in the automatic promotion spots, but as champions. Really delighted with that effort. Like I said, I probably wouldn't say that we deserved it at all. We've got a very richly assembled squad. We've got a very decent squad. But so Sheffield United, obviously, they were a Premier League team. We aren't. But we've got some really decent players, and I did expect us to be up there challenging. We actually beat them by 4 points, so Sheffield United really dropped off towards the tail end of the season. The goal difference of plus 72 with 126 goals scored in 46 games is pretty impressive. You can see their biggest goal scorers, Mattis Tell, with 40 goals in 46 games. Siine with 34 in 46, really impressive. And Zimmerman not too far behind them either with 22, I believe it was. All 4 of the top assisters were from Blackburn. Chalobah and Sambi Lukonga also getting 10 assists each, which just made it even more impressive in that league. So you can tell when we score, we set them up. We were actually third for clean sheets as well. Etienne Green getting 15 in 46. Obviously probably could have been a bit improved, but was really happy. This was a really interesting scene. I did wonder, why are there no celebrations after us winning the championship, like on the pitch or anything? And it's obviously because they've added in this lovely feature here where we're doing an open top bus parade through the city. Is it a city or is it a town? I'm not sure actually. Let me know, Blackburn fans. Is it a city or is it a town? Obviously it's usually defined by if there's a cathedral. I don't know if there is a cathedral in Blackburn. This has turned into more of like a geography lesson than it has a football video, but you can see what I'm trying to say. Really, really delighted. It's great to see that there's about 10 fans there, according to that. Going into next season, the transfer increase, that we have a transfer budget of £65 million, which I'm really, really looking forward to spending. There's going to be a few changes in the squad, that much is for sure. But 65 million is a fair amount to play with. There'll probably be some goings as well. Like I said, I'm going to still try and keep this realistic. So if we get some big Champions League teams that come in for people like Alcaraz, like Tell, like Siine, I am going to have to sell them because that's the realistic way of doing it. But at least we have the money to go and spend it. And I am looking to do that. We've built a bit of the youth academy as well over this year, but no one that's going to be Premier League ready. I'm really, really excited. I hope you all guys are too. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you've enjoyed Season 2. Live comms will be back for Season 3 when we're in the Premier League. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please like, share and subscribe. Let me know what you think we're going to do in the Premier League next year. Until I see you again, stay cool.